Hey, everyone. How are you doing? Here we are, one more day, and I can't tell you how much I missed you since the last episode. Well, technically, this is the first episode, but you get the idea. It just sounds cool to start like that, right? Kind of professional, but still close and friendly. I'm Matt. I'm 25 years old, and honestly, I'm super excited because this is the beginning of a new adventure. You and I are going to spend some time together, like we're just sitting in my living room having coffee, talking about everything and nothing at the same time. And today we're going to talk about something that seems simple, but actually says a lot about how I live. My perfect morning. Why start with that? Because we all have mornings, even those who say they hate waking up early. And let's be real, a morning can ruin your entire day or turn it into something amazing. I've had mornings where it felt like the universe hated me. Has that ever happened to you? You wake up late, spill your coffee, can't find your shoes, and suddenly you're running, sweating, and showing up at work looking like a zombie. But then there are those magical mornings where everything flows. Sunlight through the window, coffee smells amazing, and even the song on the radio feels like it was made for you. Today I want to share with you what a perfect morning looks like for me, and how I learned to value those little things that make it special. The very first thing in my perfect morning is the alarm. I know, doesn't sound perfect at all, but think about it. The alarm is the start of everything. Now, let me confess, I have a love hate relationship with my alarm. Some days I hear it and think, thank you, little cursed machine, for helping me wake up and be productive. But most of the time I think, who invented this demonic device and why haven't I thrown it out the window yet? In my perfect morning, the alarm rings once and I get up without hitting snooze. That, my friends, is a miracle in my life because normally I'll hit snooze 5, 6, 7 times until I'm doing mental math about how many minutes I can save in the shower, which steps I can skip at breakfast, and whether I really need to iron my shirt. But in this ideal morning, no. I get up like a superhero who just got the call of destiny. I get up, open the curtains, and the sunlight comes in. And I don't know about you, but there's something magical about those first rays of light. They remind you that no matter what happened yesterday, today is a brand new start. My perfect morning begins with that feeling of freshness, of hope, of, okay, today's going to be good. And let me pause here. Have you noticed how small rituals make the difference? For me, one of those rituals is playing music as soon as I wake up. No depressing news, no work emails, just music. Usually something chill, maybe a bit of jazz or even the Beatles, because yeah, I inherited that taste for music from my parents. Music tunes me in with the day like it's telling me, relax, everything's going to be fine. Then comes breakfast. Breakfast. Here's where I get a little romantic because for me, breakfast is the best invention of humankind. In my perfect morning, I grind fresh coffee beans that smell like, man, if I could bottle it and sell it, I'd be rich. And of course, scrambled eggs with toast and avocado. Simple but delicious. I honestly don't trust people who skip breakfast. Do you? If someone tells me, I just drink coffee and that's it, I think, buddy, how do you even survive? While I have breakfast, I like to write a little, not deep philosophical stuff. Just a quick list of what I'm grateful for and what I want to achieve during the day. That centers me, reminds me that life isn't just about running against the clock, but also about stopping to appreciate things. And that's how my perfect morning begins. Slow, with music, with a good breakfast, and with the feeling that I'm in control of my day. Now, of course, reality is very different. In my real life, most of the time the alarm goes off. I ignore it. I wake up rushing. And I drink coffee like it's a tequila shot. But that's exactly why I love imagining this ideal version so much. There's one detail that I can't miss: exercise. And I don't mean running a marathon or lifting weights like Hulk. I mean something simple: going for a walk. In my perfect morning after breakfast, I put on my headphones and go for a walk around the neighborhood. I breathe fresh air, greet my neighbors, and let my mind wander. Walking often gives me ideas for work or even for this podcast. It's like movement helps ideas flow. While I walk, I like to imagine I am in a movie. Doesn't that ever happen to you? You walk with your headphones on and suddenly feel like the main character of an epic story. Sometimes I think, Matt, the young guy facing life with nothing but a cup of coffee and some old sneakers, but ready to conquer the world. Sounds dramatic, I know, but trust me, it works. After that walk, I come back home with a whole different energy. I take a shower, put on comfortable clothes, but not too relaxed. Because I've discovered that if I stay in pajamas all day, my productivity disappears. So I go with casual but decent. Like saying, okay, I'm at home, but I'm still a responsible person. And here's another important part: time for myself. In my perfect morning, I give myself at least 15 minutes to meditate. Yeah, meditate. I'm no guru or anything like that, but I learned that closing your eyes, breathing deeply, and letting your mind settle changes your mood. But I'll confess something. The first time I tried meditating, I fell asleep sitting up. I don't know if that counts as advanced meditation or total failure, but I still felt refreshed. The point is, those minutes of calm remind me that no matter how chaotic the day might get, I can always go back to that inner space where everything feels quiet. And that, my friends, is pure gold. After meditating, I check in on my goals. I don't mean huge projects, just small things: answering an email, finishing a presentation, or even watering my plants. Yes, I have plants, and yes, I talk to them. Judge me if you want, but I'm convinced plants know when you treat them well. In my perfect morning, all of this happens without interruptions. No spam calls, no neighbor drilling the wall, no dogs barking at 6 in the morning. Everything flows, and I feel at peace, ready to face whatever comes my way. The beautiful thing about imagining a perfect morning is realizing that in real life, you don't need much to get close to it. You don't need a mansion or a five-star hotel breakfast. Sometimes all you need is time for yourself, a little silence, a good song, and a cup of coffee. And here's where I get a bit reflective. So often we spend our lives waiting for big moments: the job promotion, the dream trip, the perfect relationship. But the truth is, life is built on small moments like these. The way you open your eyes every morning, the way you breathe before leaving home, that first sip of coffee. That's what, at the end of the day, makes life feel complete. If you ask me what the lesson behind my perfect morning is, I'd say this: happiness lives in the small rituals, in the routines that connect you to yourself. It's not about copying my morning because everyone has their own. For some, it'll be running miles; for others, reading a book, or simply staying in bed a little longer hugging their dog. The important thing is finding what gives you peace and protecting it like a treasure. Of course, I don't always live this ideal morning. Most of the time, I'm in chaos, running late, and forgetting things. But that's exactly why keeping in mind what my perfect morning looks like helps me remember what I want to aim for in life. And to close this episode, I just want to thank you for being here, because you're part of my perfect morning. Seriously, the fact that you're listening to this podcast, that you're with me at the start of this journey, fills me with energy. So thank you. Remember, this isn't a monologue, it's a conversation. I want you to think, what would your perfect morning look like? Write it down, share it with me, or just picture it while you pour your next coffee. What matters is not letting those little details slip by, the ones that make life a little bit nicer. So, my friends, this is the end of our very first episode. I'm happy, excited, and ready to keep sharing more with you. See you in the next chapter, and until then, may every morning in your life carry a piece of perfection.